Hello everyone, my greetings to each one of you. This is the 6th session on economic reforms in India. In the previous session, you have understood the impact of economic reforms on economic growth, on fiscal deficit and on agricultural sector. I am Poonam Vohra from Egypt Economics Learning Center. This session focuses on impact of economic reforms on industrial growth, disinvestment and foreign direct investment. So let us begin to analyze. Now let us understand the impact of economic reforms on industrial sector. Industrial production did not show much improvement. Rather, there was industrial recession in 1996-97, where industrial production fell from 13% in 94-95 to 6.7% in 96-97 and further to 3.5% in 98-99 and 2.7% in 2001-2002. The slowdown was widespread, covering capital goods, intermediate goods, and consumer goods industries. The major reasons were tightening of monetary policy, credit squeeze, and higher interest rates charged by the banks. But industry recorded 10% growth in 2005-2006, and it was due to higher global demand for industrial manufactured goods, higher purchasing power of people, and increasing internal demand for manufactured goods. But industrial growth reduced to 1.9% in 2012-13, and this sluggishness was due to sluggish growth of investment, squeezed margins of corporate sector, decreasing demand of industrial goods mainly due to cheaper imports from China, deceleration in the rate of growth of credit flow and fragile global economic recovery. The private sector has performed outstandingly in the past 25 years, taking advantage of new opportunities created by liberalization and globalization. Liberalization has facilitated the rise of new entrepreneurs in software like Infosys, Wipro, HCL, in infrastructure, Adani Group, Larsen & Toubro, in telecommunications, Bharti Airtel, in steel, Jindal Steels, Bhushan, in finance, ICICI, HDFC, Axis, Kotak Mahindra and so on. The list is quite long. 25 years later, dozens of pharmaceutical companies such as Sun Pharma, Cipla, Lupin, Dr. Reddy's Lab have become multinationals. And ArcelorMittal became the biggest steel company in the world through acquisitions. Tata Group acquired Chorus Steel and Jaguar Land Rover and have become the biggest players in the private sector in UK. And most amazing has been the rise of internet-based companies like Flipkart, Make My Trip, Paytm, Snapdeal, and so many such companies which valued at billions of dollars by international investors. Their market value exceeds that most of traditional big business houses. Disinvestment. The process of disinvestment started in the year 1991-92. The total yield for the period 1994-95 was Rs 4,843 crores, which increased to 52,273 crores in 2017-18. The shares were offered to mutual funds, financial institutions, workers and general public. This indicates that there is little commitment to disinvestment. Prominent disinvestment participants were IPCL, Reliance Industries Limited, ONGC, HPCL, BPCL, IOC, Gas Authority of India Limited, ITDC, EIL, Centaur Hotel, Tata, VSNL and so on. But this has been criticized because of the various reasons. The assets of public sector units have been undervalued and sold to private sector, implying a substantial loss to government. The government's approach lacks consistency as utilization of the disinvestment proceeds has not been clearly specified. It was recommended by Disinvestment Commission that the proceeds would be used for building rural infrastructure, but all the revenue has gone on debt servicing, administrative expenses and subsidies. So the current disinvestment scenario in the country presents a very gloomy picture. Now assess yourself and identify whether the following statement is true or false. The main benefit of disinvestment is that it can be helpful in the long-term growth of the country. Please check your answer. It's a true statement. Disinvestment allows the government to reduce its debt. Also, it allows a larger share of PSU in the open market, which in turn allows for the development of a strong capital market in India. So it is beneficial in the long run. Before 1991, India experienced foreign exchange crisis very frequently. Today, aid has not only vanished but also become irrelevant to balance of payments. Rather, India has been giving aid over $1 billion to Bhutan, $10 billion to African countries and $2 billion to Bangladesh. Since then, the flow of foreign investment and technology in different sectors in accordance with the conditions of the world trade has tremendously increased. Multinational corporations have their existence in all segments of Indian economy. Total foreign investment has increased from 500 crores in 1992 to 55,000 crores in 1997 and further to 28,24,600 in 2017-18. Not only that, remittances from Indians overseas increased and exceeded $70 billion. It was a consequence of globalization. Now have a look at this question. Pick up the correct option out of the 4 options given for the statement. The largest recipient of FDI flows in the post-reform period was option A, telecommunication sector, B, service sector, C, electric equipment sector and D, construction sector. Please check your answer. The correct answer is option B, that is, the largest recipient of FDI flows during the post-reform period was service sector. And that is one of the reasons for fast growth of service sector in India. I hope you have understood the impact of economic reforms on industrial growth, on disinvestment and on foreign direct investment in the country. With this, the session comes to an end. The next session would focus on the impact of economic reforms on foreign exchange reserves, and foreign trade in the country. Till then, keep reading, keep learning, and keep updating yourself.